On this week's episode, we are discussing running a business with your sibling, bringing a beauty to the table, and frankly, shocking skincare routines. It's Fleur and Keshia East. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
It's like just a sea of gorgeousness across the table. You look so alike. And I know it's a stupid thing to say. It's redundant when you're sisters. But your eyes, where do the eyes come from?
Gosh. I don't even know.
Mum,
maybe. Who knows? We've never even thought about it.
Do you know what? I think we're a perfect blend of both of our parents. So we wouldn't say you look like one.
Yeah.
But there's so many features from both of them.
Yeah. And we have our days and our moments where we look more like one or the other.
Depending on what mood you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
And congratulations, Mum.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't believe I'm a mum. I still can't believe it.
How are you finding it?
Well, the first couple of weeks, I was like, why don't people tell you all
But
these
no one
things?
tells you because then you wouldn't do it.
Why don't they tell you?
Because then you wouldn't do it.
It's like the secret club where people just go, good luck, it's going to be the best thing ever. And then they
After
just walk
a few
away.
weeks.
Yeah.
And they're like, surprise!
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, it's really hard, isn't it? And I'm like, you didn't say
You
that.
didn't tell me that.
You didn't say that, did you? No, but now I'm over that hurdle.
Yeah.
Well, the first of many. And now I'm actually sleeping. So that's
Wow.
great. And just loving having a little baby Nova in our lives.
Good name.
Thanks. Great.
Is she sleeping through? No.
She's sleeping through. Yeah. She sleeps for like 6 hours, 7 hours.
I mean, she's this big. How did she manage
she's
that?
tiny. I don't know. I feel like she's got it from her parents because me and my husband love our sleep.
Yeah. So you're like, we're not getting up, mate. You may as well join us.
Right, exactly. And I was
my
always
God.
like, I always used to say to you, didn't I? As soon as we have a baby, I'm going to be like, shh. Like if they ever try and wake up in the middle of the night, like, shh. But luckily, she's sleeping really well.
And you're engaged.
I am, yes, newly.
Nice.
Exciting times.
Nice little rock on the ring. No,
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't pick that up.
We've got a lot of celebrations in the family.
You've got a lot of
I'm not gonna lie,
celebrations.
this year.
And
This year's been a good
then
year.
when does the brand launch?
So Kurl Kitchen launches officially in June.
This month.
This month.
I mean, literally, it's imminent. Mm-hmm. Are you excited?
Oh, over the moon. We've been working on this for 4 years now.
Doesn't it take forever? People think you can just knock it out in a year, and I'm like, you have no idea. Especially if you don't want to do it the traditional, corporate, cheap way.
Yes.
If you're going to do it with anything that's vaguely, any kind of ethics,
Yes.
anything like that, it takes longer. It's like having builders. It takes longer,
it
costs more, takes
Yeah.
longer.
Do you know what's so funny though? Because I remember us so vividly sitting at my dining table.
Yes.
That was so funny, man. 4 years ago, and we were discussing what we're going to do together because it was after our dad passed away, and we were just like, we need to do something in his name. He always wanted us to do things together. That was his thing. He was like, why don't you and your
obsessed.
sister do this? Why don't you? And I remember when I got married, he was like, why don't you sisters just get married together? Why don't you just wait? Like everything he wanted us
Right,
to
Dad,
do.
calm down.
Yeah.
Every girl wants her own moment.
Literally.
We're like, all right.
Yeah.
So then as soon as we lost him, you reflect, everything changes in your life. And we just sat down together and we were like, let's do it. Let's do what Dad wanted us to do. And Kurl Kitchen was born. And it was funny though, because I remember sitting down together and we were writing out all these plans and we came up with the name and then we were like, so in a few months,
Yeah.
we'll be there.
We'll launch next year.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then how did you find out that process isn't really that quick?
It was in the formulation process, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we were like, we do not want to white label. We don't want to be another brand that's just like, dunno, we just got this from China or
It
whatever.
didn't exist, so I had
Yeah.
to create it.
Yeah, we really didn't want that because we'd struggled with our hair for so many years, and trying to find the right ingredients and products for us was just, it's been a minefield. So we knew we had to do some work, but we didn't know it would be 4 years of work. And then we actually did get a formulation together, but we had it all formulated in Ghana, brought it here. Oh, that's banned in Europe. That's banned in cosmetic regulation. We had to start all over again.
No.
Yes.
The money.
Yes.
The money.
The time
The
as
time
well.
and the money.
Yeah. That was a crushing moment, I'm not going to lie. That was,
And how long did it take us to even settle on the design of the packaging?
Oh my God.
We've been
I mean,
so many
if I
versions.
had someone else to confer with the packaging, it probably still wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Because you have to know that you're like, I like that one, I like that one, and you're done.
Yes. I feel like the easiest part was the name, to be honest.
The easiest part was the name.
Yeah, we thought of the name probably on the day we
Yeah.
started brainstorming. And we were like, yep, that's it. And then,
Yeah, because our thing was, because during lockdown, as everyone knows, everyone started doing their own like beauty treatments, hair treatments. And it was Keshia that started experimenting and making like rice water and things like that on
I
her
was
hair.
Rice
literally,
water's
my
amazing.
kitchen was like Mrs. Doubtfire, but with hair products.
And she'd come round and I'd go, oh, bring over that rice water when you come round. And she'd be like, yeah. So then we thought, actually, let's take things that we can use in the kitchen and use it on our curls, and that's how the name was born.
Wow. And what's the reception you've had so far? Because I imagine, we all know the beauty industry is so lame when it comes to dealing with anything that isn't white, let's be honest. It sets white as the default, even down to like testing. Clinical testing is mostly still done on Caucasian skin. The gap's obviously there. What did you want specifically to fill it? Where did you feel like the industry just fell down when it came to textured hair?
Where do we start?
Well,
we've got week. We can just do an extended.
Where do we start, right? But also just like trending things. So like when we were growing up, we grew up in a really mixed area, Walthamstow,
E17.
Big up E17, and so we never experienced any like racism or anything. But it wasn't cool to be African. Let's just say that it was like all about the Caribbeans back then, and it was like, you're African.
Got it.
And so Africa's always been this kind of, I guess, underrated place, I feel. And, we've got K-beauty and everyone's using Korean skincare.
Yeah.
And that's great. I love K-beauty. But there's shea butter, there's black soap, all these things that have been used for years, but no one talks about A-beauty, for example.
Yeah.
That's still not trendy. And so we just wanted to explore the motherland again and just, bring us back to our roots. We say from our roots to yours for our...
Very nice. I like that. Appreciate
like
that.
that
See what
little
you did there.
pun. Yeah,
See what you did
that?
there.
Seeing what we did there. Because we want people to celebrate Africa again. Like, we want it to be reborn.
It was quite funny though in our household, because growing up in a dual heritage household, we had our dad who's white English, trying to sort our hair out, and then we had our mum who's Ghanaian, West African. Their methods were so different. They used to battle it out, didn't they?
Oh my God.
Like dad would be like, right, I'm doing their hair tonight, and we'd be sitting in front of a fire.
Oh my gosh! While he was finger detangling
Because he's your dad.
While it was drying, by the way.
If it helps, my husband was just as bad with our daughter's hair, and she has straight Caucasian hair.
Honestly.
But your mum's just more like, sit. She knows. Sit, don't you? Yeah.
She would drag it from the root.
Literally from the root. And oh my God, I remember this one time, too much information, but I had lice. Do you remember? I used to get lice. Like it was it was a trend. But the little lice comb in my curls.
No.
Oh my God. No. Wow.
That's a big gap in the market. I mean, I haven't had to deal with lice in a long time, touch wood. But you kind of, after 4 kids, you get to the point where you're like, okay, I know which one works and which doesn't. And then that becomes like the word of gossip in the playground. Like, we've got lice, what do you use?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's more the education. I think that's what we found was lacking. And as well, even now being in the industry, both of us, wherever we go, any events we attend, the amount of mothers as well that have mixed race kids that go, what do you do with your hair?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my daughter's hair. I don't know what to do with my son's hair.
Still.
Yeah,
It's 2024.
2024, and people will be like, what's the routine? Please, can you share how you wash your hair?
Yeah.
2024,
wow.
guys.
I mean, that's just another level, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
How many SKUs are you bringing out? I'm just going to get tech talk for a bit, but how many are you bringing out? 5. And can you tell me what they are?
We can. So we have shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner.
My favourite.
My favourite as well.
Yeah, my favourite.
Curl cream and hair oil.
Yes.
I see, you haven't gone mad.
No, we haven't. Just the things you need, without going crazy. And it's funny because we've got different hair types.
Yeah, you have.
And as well as different hair types, we also like wearing our hair differently. So Fleur loves volume. She likes, whatever. And I like more control. So to find a range that suited us.
Does this reflect the personalities?
Yeah.
Volume and control?
Yeah, I think so. That is so on point.
Wow, 2024. We've never had that revelation. This is like therapy. Oh my God.
4 kids, bottom a mile away.
That is so true. Because I remember us sitting down and we were thinking, what do we need in this range? And I was like, we'll just do a leave-in, innit? Or we'll just do a curl cream. And she's like, no, we need a hair oil and we need
we need control. Organisation.
And I'm like, just put in the curl cream. You're good, right?
So to reflect our personality. So to find one range that suited both of us.
Yeah.
We knew we were onto something.
So do you have a key brand message for Kurl Kitchen? Do you have obviously the ethics and the ethos, everything, but is there like one thing we're going to see on like the side of a bus at Westfield?
Oh yeah, what you'll see is from our roots to yours. Because we've gone back home, we've gone to Ghana, where our mother's from. We've formulated everything there. We've used all the ingredients that come from Ghana's kitchen, and we're bringing it to your roots. So it's like a share of our culture.
Exploring our roots and bringing it to your roots.
I mean, I could do with some root action, to be fair. I've never felt I've had more flat hair in my life sitting next to you two.
Get some Kurl Kitchen.
That's Perfect.
What were because if your mum is Ghanaian, what were your earliest memories of beauty? because
Oh, that's a
because
great
it's everyone has a different answer. Like mine was watching my mum and nan take their eye makeup off, like just taking the makeup off at the end of the day, you know, that kind of thing. And that was one thing that my nan passed to my mum, that came to me, that came to my daughter. Like it's a non-negotiable. Were yours any different?
Very, actually. And I think that it now makes sense now thinking about this, why we thought of Kurl Kitchen, because our parents, like our mum, our nan, our aunties, like everyone on my mum's side would use food things in the bathroom. So like mum would get lime.
Mum gets lime and I'm so sorry, mum's going to kill us, but she uses limes on her underarms and leaves it there for like an hour.
Yeah. Acid.
Yeah.
And then rinses it, never smells a BO, ever.
Never.
Never.
And then black soap. Black soap was a big thing. And that's why we decided to put that in our shampoo, because we were like, we've had this black soap in our family for years.
Yeah.
We know it exfoliates. We know it cleanses deeply. We're like, why can't we put that in a shampoo?
Yeah.
That was the hardest formulation to get right.
That was the hardest one.
You don't want too much foam. You don't want too much soap, as in SLS type thing. You don't want it to strip.
It was
needs
hard
to be clean. You don't want it to be squeaky.
Yes, it was very difficult,
Yeah,
but we persevered, didn't we?
Yeah, and I feel like when you're doing things that haven't been done very regularly, sometimes you're like, oh my God, we've hit a gold mine. But then when you're actually trying to formulate, you're like, oh, that's why.
That's why.
That's why they don't do that.
Literally, we would try and do things with the brand and do something, and then you'd be like, well, I don't know why people haven't done this before. About 2 weeks later, you're like, that's why people haven't done this before.
Yeah, literally.
Like you get a bill or something doesn't pass, stability, or it's a nightmare.
That was a hard formulation to crack, wasn't it?
But well worth it.
Yeah,
that is like
so good.
one of the best ones.
What are you most excited about?
I don't even know. I'm excited for people to just start using it all, because
the feedback.
we've trialed it ourselves. That's the thing. We've been through all the different variations of every product, used it on our hair. I was testing it all while I was pregnant, 100% trust in it.
Yeah.
We know it works. It's not like we're just saying, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Use
No,
it.
you're not putting your name to some white label type thing,
Yeah.
which you could have done easily.
Yeah, we could have done that easy, but we wanted our heart to be in it. And I think because it was born out of something that, was really emotional and sentimental to us, we wanted to make sure it was real.
Yeah.
And so, our dad inspired it, and our mum's roots has taken it to the next level.
And what is she like? Is she like beyond?
She is
She's
so
excited.
She's so ready. She's ready.
so ready. She loves it.
Do you know what's so funny though? Because leading up to launch, we'd only had like one set of the full range. So like mum would always come round and we'd be filming content and stuff with it. And she'd be like, when am I getting my Kurl Kitchen? And we'd be like, mum, we've only got 5 products.
You do know she's going to be one of your biggest assets on social.
Oh, yeah.
You
for
need
sure.
her coming in for a TikTok. You need her coming in. When am I getting my Kurl Kitchen? Literally.
Yeah, we do.
That's what you need.
But yeah, she's been all over it. But I think what I'm most excited about is just people to see the ingredients.
Yes.
Because some of the things that we've got in there, like okra oil, wild yam, plantain.
They're going to be like, this is a kitchen.
I just feel like these are things that people know, but they've never actually tested them in the beauty kind of sphere. So it's going to be really exciting, I think.
Oh my gosh, it's good. Right?
Yeah. It is very, very exciting, because it was a dream. It was just something that we were talking about. Like we were going, what can we put in it? Okra. Surely that'll work in here. Wild yam.
Surely that'll work.
Plantain. We love plantain. Let's, whack that in there. But
there's definitely a move towards bringing African beauty back, or even to the table for the first time, never mind back. Sabrina Elba, and obviously she and Idris, their range is very much based on her roots. And well, his too, but it's about the woman, Everyone's like, oh, Idris. I'm like, I don't care. Look at his wife.
it's all about her,
I mean, she's outrageous.
Yeah, she's stunning.
She is. She came into the office and I just went, oh, give me a break. like you two. Like she's Amazonian.
You're like, give us a chance.
Yeah. She's Amazonian. She walks. She glides like a swan. And I'm like, I walk in like, all right, want a cup of tea? So lame.
Love that.
Did you put much of your mutual experience, because you're a makeup artist?
Yes.
And you already have a range.
Yes.
And you've obviously done what you've done in the TV world and recording world. Did you put much of your experience into the product? Or is it more life experience of, we've been doing this for decades, we know what we do and don't want?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the two, actually, because obviously it was our quest to find the perfect range for our hair, which we've never been able to find until now. Finally, we've basically created our dream range that we were searching for. And then I think, your experience in makeup and my experience in TV and music helped us create everything.
Yeah.
Like, the story and how it was born and and how you see every trace of the story throughout the packaging, throughout the branding, where everything comes from. I think, that helped as well.
I also think that when you're a makeup artist, you've been doing it for years, it doesn't almost matter what you use. You know you're going to get the same result. But what does matter is what you're using in terms of how it affects your skin over time. And so I started to transition into not just, I'll just use anything, to what's actually good for my skin. And so that was a personal journey. And then when it came to hair, it was exactly the same thing. But there wasn't anything out there that was natural and fragrance-free, for example, that also was really effective. Even just to find something effective anyway, let alone with,
and wasn't boring, because fragrance-free can be boring. You know,
fragrance-free can be really boring.
If you want the sort of aesthetic and the feel of it, it can be boring.
Yeah, so we opted for lemongrass because number one, just amazing. When we went to Ghana, actually, and we had that spa vibe, it was lemongrass, and so that always reminded me of Ghana. And it's something that smells beautiful, but also for people that don't like, synthetic fragrances, it's great.
What was your relationship like growing up? Because you're 5 years older?
Yes, I'm 5 years older than Kesh.
Were you excited to have a sister or a bit put out?
I cried at first because I wanted a brother.
Oh, unfortunate.
So I remember when my mum and dad came home from the hospital and they were like, "You've got a baby sister," and I was like, "Ah."
And now she cries begging me to come round every day. So,
wouldn't have
life
it any
is
other
funny,
way.
isn't it?
But it was nice. I feel like the age gap, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Because I feel like I'm quite maternal with you. We've always said that. I'm quite motherly towards her.
A big age gap there is. I'm definitely maternal to my brother.
Yeah, so I was always teaching you the ways, and you would always say, I learn from Fleur and don't repeat anything she does or make any of the mistakes that she makes.
Fair.
Just make my own mistakes. Things that you didn't do that you can't help me from.
But we always got on really well, didn't we? Always. We shared a bedroom. I think that helped us bond.
Yeah, I think sharing a bedroom is the key, because you're going to bed together, you're waking up together, you're learning how to create your own ecosystem. Fleur would always tidy everything, which is great.
Yep.
So it wasn't until I went out into the big bad world and I was like, no one picks up my bed sheets after me.
Oh, wow. You were that kind of sister.
The ghost doesn't clean the dishes anymore? Yeah. She is like my second mom.
I used to force you as well to sing with me because...
Oh, God.
Can you sing?
I'd be like... She can carry a tune.
I'm a good karaoke singer, thanks to her now.
Yeah.
But
I'd be like, I need another harmony. Get in here. Can you learn this harmony?
it was good experience to know I definitely didn't want to be a singer.
Right.
Basically.
Based on Fleur's experience and witnessing it
That
and
was my
travelling with her and
childhood
being
torture.
her makeup
Yeah.
artist, or just being like, I'm not doing this.
It was just all of it.
I used to shove it down her throat, basically.
Yes.
Because I used to play music all day, every day. And if I loved a song, it would be on repeat for a few days.
Yeah, I do that.
So she'd come in the room, just
I'd be like,
shut
like literally going crazy. Or she would sit me down, she'd be like, right, listen to me sing this song. And she would sing and she'd dance in front of me and I'd just be like, shut up.
Because no one cares less than a sibling, do they?
I know.
If you can win your
Drive
sibling
me.
over, no one cares less.
I was the harshest crowd. And so I prepared you for the real world,
you
I
humbled
guess.
me real quick.
How was it for you when you were doing the X Factor?
You know what? It's so interesting because people have asked me that question and I say it's literally no different. So when we were growing up, people always used to stop me in the street and be like, are you Fleur's sister? Are you Fleur's sister? Are you Fleur's sister? Because she was always in the year above or senior school. So when I go to the next school, oh, you're Fleur's sister. Or when I went to college, you're Fleur's sister. So it was like everywhere I went, I was Fleur's sister.
You're always the second child.
Right. And so when she went on TV, that just became another scale of what I already had. So it was like, are you Fleur's sister? I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah. Can you not tell?
Another day
You're like,
of that.
hello.
Yeah.
What gave it away?
Yeah, literally. So there's that, but it was fine. I think it's probably worse for you if I did something really embarrassing and people think it's you.
Yeah, because this is what I used to tell Kesha. She'd be walking in the street and someone would go, oh my gosh, you Fleur East? And she'd just go, no. And she'd carry on walking. I was like, Kesha, you can't do that.
Yes, she
They're
can.
going to be like, Fleur's so
yes,
rude.
she can.
But
No, I'm not.
But I said
No,
they didn't
I'm
ask
not.
me specifically if I was related to you. And she'd be like, no, but give them the information. I'd be like, yeah, but then it turns into a whole conversation.
About
then you're in
you.
IKEA. No, but you know what? Honestly, I was in IKEA once. Someone was like, are you Fleur's sister? And I said, you know what? I'm going to change my ways today. And I was like, yeah, I was. I was in IKEA for 30 minutes because his family. And I was like, you know.
What's she like?
Oh, well, not that. They were really sweet, actually. But it was just, you know.
I was like,
like
just
to-
smile, Kesh. Do
I'm,
you know what I mean?
I'm an introvert, so I don't like to speak to
Yeah.
you know people I don't know very
Yeah.
often, and so it was.
And
it's
this
a
is your
struggle.
sister.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
The worst
Yeah.
combination.
I think it's funny because my brother was on he's in a normal job. I say that, you know, to keep his privacy, but he's in a normal job and he was on a work trip And he heard two women at the back of the coach going somewhere that said, I was going somewhere boozing, like Cheltenham races or something.
Yeah, love it.
Said to him, he heard them say, oh, you should speak to Chris's sister. She does stuff in skincare, right? And he said he felt himself go like, oh. And this woman came over and she said, oh, what was your sister? What's she do? And he went, oh, her name's Kat. And as he started to say Caroline, she went, you're never Caroline Hirons' brother. And he went, which makes me die. And he went, yeah, I am. And then he said he just was like, oh, please leave me alone. He went, I don't know anything about skincare and I'm not calling her. And then he texted me and was like, how annoying is this? And I'm like, oh, tell her I said later. He was like, absolutely not. And then she came up to him when she was a bit drunk and she went, and this is the classic line he does all the time. She went, what is it like being the brother of Caroline Hirons? Now, if you know our family, you'll know that my family, I'm surrounded by no people everywhere. No one gives a shit, right? Yeah. And he went, well, right now, pretty fucking annoying.
Amazing.
No, but it's funny because they'll be like, oh my God, like, do you feel
that
really
doesn't
lucky?
happen regularly.
Like, well, I mean, it's just like any brother or sister to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't change because of anything else that happens.
No, you're like, she's my sister. What was it like when she was like getting high up in X Factor and you're like, every week you're like,
oh my God, that was
the pressure, like
you
the
had to get on stage with me once.
Oh my God.
That was probably the most nerve-wracking day, wasn't it?
You know what? It's funny because no matter what Fleur does, I always get dragged into it.
You'll
somehow.
rope her in somehow.
Yeah. Somehow. Yeah. I end up in the jungle because of you.
Yes.
It was, do you know what? It was really scary. I'm not going to lie,
Yeah.
because it was something that was so important to her. And so it was important to all of us.
Yeah.
And it was really scary. And
you're protective.
Yeah, and
Because you'll be getting it in the press no matter what you do.
And obviously then they put your family in it and then it's your family that they're writing about. So it was an
you get, like-
experience that... Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. I remember when she was on X Factor. Was it X Factor? And I was like tweeting everyone, and it was just like out of control, and I couldn't stop. And it'd be like, just flirt, like flirt. Why is she sing? It was you sung a Megan. What was her name?
Meghan Trainor.
She sung a Megan Trainor song. What was the song?
All about that bass.
All about the
All
bass.
about that bass. And she's like, yeah, 22, because I'm a size 8
no
or
size
something,
2, yeah.
right? And then people were like, whatever, she's a size 8. How could she be singing this song? And I was like, not everyone means the lyrics that they sing. And I'm like going crazy.
She was weighing in, my dad's weighing in.
It was just out of control.
Don't come for
So
family.
funny.
Out of control.
Don't come for
I
family.
put my family through it because after X Factor, everyone was like, okay, well, we can relax now. She's done. Then I took them through the jungle. Then I took them through Strictly. They were like, Fleur, why are you stressing our lives like this?
Yeah, but by Strictly, we were desensitized.
Yeah, of
so if we
course.
saw something, we were just like,
By
whatever.
Strictly, you're in the front going,
Yeah.
she was brilliant.
Yeah,
She was brilliant.
yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
She could have done it a bit quicker. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Her line wasn't perfect.
Yeah, that line wasn't. Yeah, that's
You're
how you go,
absolutely
yeah.
right. What was your
Right.
favourite out of the three?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because, you know, when people want to do reality TV, that's the trifecta, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
X Factor or Britain's Got
definitely.
Talent, something like that.
Yeah.
Strictly,
Yeah.
but X Factor, you have to actually have a talent. Strictly and The Jungle.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to have to say X Factor because
Yeah.
it kicked everything off for me. You know, I wouldn't have any of the opportunities that I've had without it. And I've always loved to sing. That's my first love. I have
Yeah.
a lot of passions, but that's where my heart is. So, yeah, X Factor.
How do you work together as sisters, digressing slightly? Because there's only two of you, right?
Yes.
And you're close.
Yes.
I mean, I would hope so at this point. But you're the big sister.
Yes.
So how is it being in business together?
Do you know what? I feel like we balance each other out quite well. Like, my sister is... I would
Wait,
say
let's
you're
set this up so when neighbours watching, like, what star signs are you?
Gemini.
Scorpio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, to have a sip of water to put that fire out.
This is the thing. On paper, it shouldn't work.
Yeah,
It shouldn't
Gemini and
work.
Scorpio.
But it does. It does work.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah. I mean, we could kill anyone, literally.
Literally,
Together.
literally.
We are
I don't
capable of
doubt
anything.
it.
Yeah.
He's my husband and firstborn.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I
crazy.
feel like, yeah, we balance each other out. I feel like you're a lot more like impulsive. So like Keshia will be like, oh, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. And then I'll be like more of the grounding element, the grounding energy. I'll pay a lot of attention to detail. So like Keshia will fire things over and I'll go, right. And I'll be really picky and look at all the grammar
So
and
true.
everything. Oh my gosh. To just get the text ready for the bottles.
Oh, what a
The
nightmare.
amount of times I
the
read
amount
it.
of draft.
What
The
an
amount of times I read
It's a
drafts.
nightmare. It's a nightmare.
We've both done history at university.
Yeah.
We've both written 50,000 word dissertations, and this has been the hardest thing I've ever had to write down.
That's very hard.
Was just the labels
Yeah.
for this.
It was really, really tough.
Do you have anything like a final? How do you get the final say? Do you have to agree? Basically, you have to agree, or do either of you let one thing go?
You know what? Me and Fleur have always said this for all the siblings out there. We don't argue. We have constructive conversations.
Wow.
And that might seem really boring and annoying, but we'll be like, but how do you feel? But how does that, okay, but that makes me feel like this. Okay,
Yeah.
But how long have you been doing that, though? That can't be normal
that
for
has
like
been
10
going
years
for
and stuff.
years.
Yes.
Like probably
Yeah.
since I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, seriously.
And who instigated that? Parents?
Definitely not.
No.
No, definitely was not our parents. They probably were the example as to why we needed to have
Got
a
it.
constructive
Do you know what?
conversation.
That's probably
it.
why we've done it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
rather than just scream at each other like our parents,
Yeah.
we decided we were going to have conversations and get to the root of whatever the issue
Okay,
was.
so if anyone is at home and they have a sibling, this is not normal. Just know that
Do you
that
know
is
what,
not
though?
normal.
We would always say to have your sibling as your enemy.
Oh,
that's
it's the worst
person.
enemy.
Horrible.
The
Because they know
worst enemy.
everything
They know
about you.
every single thing. I've got a
Right.
brother who's 9 years younger, so we've never had an issue. I'm his big sister, so
Yeah.
we've literally never fallen out, you know.
Yeah.
But my four,
Yeah,
like
we
a
could
bomb going off.
we could take each other down.
Yeah,
to
you
the
could.
ground.
We could destroy
it would
each
be
other.
Finished.
Yeah.
It would be the East name would exist no more because
cancelled, both of you cancelled.
we could cancel each other. So it's nice that we work together because it could go either way. But no, because we've been constructive in our personal life, that
It
carries
carried
on.
over.
Yeah.
into
Look
the-
at you
into-
two being all mature and. Oh, you think there's going to be any sibling rivalry or fighting, but no.
Well, you know what? We've worked together for years because I've done Fleur's makeup since.
But even that,
10 years ago.
But even that, using your sister as your makeup artist, like you have to trust her. Like if she's pissed off with you, you're gonna get a dodgy eye.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Yeah, no, that's never happened. That's
It
not.
was funny though, because initially when I was getting my sister to work with me, people on the outside would always think, yeah, all right, of course your sister's a makeup artist, yeah, all right, you want your sister to do your makeup, do you? Like it was having to,
And you're like, yes,
prove.
I do.
She's actually amazing. And she
Yeah.
did my face once and that was it. There were no questions.
No questions after that.
Do you still work as a makeup artist, or are you just too busy now? Forget it.
You know what? It's so like I never planned to be a makeup artist. It was always just such a passion of mine, and it just kind of took off in my 20s. And since I've started No Not Co, and since Kurl Kitchen has come into my life, it's just been a wrap, to be honest.
But you know, you make exceptions for me.
I make
Oh, yeah,
exceptions.
yeah, yeah.
I make
You don't
exceptions
count.
for the really like fun jobs. I always make exceptions. I always have time and space.
Like, are you going to New York, babes? Yeah, I'll come.
Yeah. Oh, what Maldives shoot? Yeah, I'm available.
Hang on, let me check my diary. Yes.
Yeah, but I think you underestimate how much time it takes to run a business until you start running a business. And then you add another business on top of another business. And at this point, I
Forget
barely
it.
have time to even...
I know. I have days where I'll say, what time is it? And they'll be like, you got to go live in 5 minutes. I'm like, I haven't weed since 10 a.m. this morning. Like,
Yeah.
I literally will go, hey,
Yeah.
can I just go to the loo first? Because you
Literally.
just don't, you just completely forget.
It's become one of those things that it's on standby at the moment. But life is it's a marathon, not a
You
sprint.
you
so-
gotta keep at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make hay.
Yeah.
Talk to me about skincare. Obviously. Talk to me about skincare.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
No, do you know what? I'm laughing because...
You're going to
Oh my
say,
God, she
I don't
is-
use anything. This all happens naturally.
because until Kesha started taking control of my skincare routine,
Yeah.
I used to just use baby wipes.
It was an intervention.
And
It was an
use-
intervention.
what did I use on my face?
Fleur used to-
Vaseline.
I feel
Fleur
like I
used
needed
to-
some alcohol before you told me
Right.
that.
Fleur used to... This
Jesus.
is... Talk about... we can
That's
cancel
the
each other.
first admission we've had of
Yeah.
wipes.
I'm so sorry.
Wipes, Caroline, wipes, and
Actually-
not even makeup remover wipes, baby
No,
wipes,
baby wipes, yeah.
baby wipes.
Yeah.
Okay, Vaseline on the eyelids,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
As an eye cream or just as an aesthetic?
just as an aesthetic, right?
Okay.
But it was also tethering on eye cream as well, and then no eye cream, actual eye cream,
Right.
and just a cream.
And body lotion for face as well.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Or baby oil sometimes.
Oh, God, make it sound
Alright,
like the,
alright.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like the
sorry,
holy
I'm sorry.
trinity of
Yeah.
heinous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kesha started getting really into her skincare. And then she came round one day and she was like, where's your
Babes.
cleanser? Where's your toner? Where's your face cream? Yeah,
So your little sister put you right.
that's it.
Because you can't do the work that you do on stage. What did you take your stage makeup off with? Or had you been rescued by then?
Baby wipes.
No, baby wipes.
Oh, may the Lord be with you.
It
I
was
can't.
baby wipes.
I can't.
I had to give her a severe intervention.
You did, yeah.
So
It
what
was
did
serious.
you intervene with? What do we now use? What's our routines, ladies?
Right, well, we start with the basics.
Because I feel like I might have to start drinking again.
We
I picked a
start-
bad day to give up alcohol.
We started with the basics. Cleanser, toner, moisturiser.
Well done.
That was the
nice.
basics.
Well done.
Yeah.
And now,
And did you feel very virtuous with that? Were you like, I'm taking care of my skin?
Yeah, I did. I was like, oh yeah, this is cute.
and then we started introducing serums,
Steady.
night creams,
Oh, whoa.
and day creams.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot for
struggle.
me to-
That was a. Do you know? Still know? Yeah, yeah.
Not really, no.
Yeah. And you know, serums, face sheet masks.
Yeah.
Love those as well.
I do
so
love a sheet mask.
Any particular brands? What are we using at the moment?
I mean, this is a old school. I don't know, new school, old school. Alpha H,
Mm-hmm.
liquid gold. It's
That's
just
the best.
Who doesn't love a bit of Alpha
But
H?
for me, I know that so many toners and stuff have come through since, but that for me is just.
And do you know what? Now my face cream, Fenty Beauty, the best.
Oh my God.
She's done good
the
skincare.
best face cream.
SPF.
that I've
Riri's
used
done
so
some
far.
good, and that SPF's fantastic.
It's so good.
So what's
Sensational.
amazing is she made an SPF for a black skin.
yes,
I mean, it's not that bloody hard. Just don't put mineral in it, you know? Like, everyone's like, I went
yeah.
off on a proper rant last night on my Insta because Tim Spector, one of those, like, you know, bloke, a biohacker, you know, everything chemical is going to kill you and the earth will save you. Well, sit down. But he had basically was saying how you shouldn't wear an SPF, and especially if you're dark skinned, and that you should only use mineral. And I'm like, you can't tell a dark skinned person to use a mineral SPF, sir.
And also to not use SPF.
Well, number one, but like, oh, it's so painful. But not just that basic understanding of, if you're going to go on social media and talk about skincare, know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Mhm.
Don't say to everyone in front of you, every colour, this is perfect on any skin,
Right.
because it's not.
Yes.
It's like rubbing toothpaste on your face, a mineral
Literally.
SPF, if you've got anything darker than an olive skin.
It's,
But Alpha H Liquid Gold,
Love it.
7% glycolic, nice.
Estee Lauder 8 hour cream, just the essential.
Elizabeth Arden is 8 hour.
Elizabeth Arden. What did I say? Estee Lauder.
Elizabeth Arden.
Elizabeth Arden 8 hour cream.
You introduced me to that.
I did.
because I started flying a lot when I started doing music.
Are you rubbing it on your eyelids?
She does not rub it on her eyelids.
Not now. Because she was
anymore.
like, get some 8 hour cream for those flights and change my life.
On your lips.
Love a bit of
Perfect.
8 hour on your lip. And also, if you put a little bit up your nose, which sounds weird, it keeps your nasal hairs damp and stops you getting sick. You know, when everyone travels, they get sick.
So I did that hack for hay fever, but I didn't know.
Ah,
you know, for
interesting.
the,
So hand cream, anything. Hand cream would work better because it's got a water content, whereas 8 hour cream doesn't really. I mean, it's grease. But yeah, so you have to be careful. You're like, you've been doing Coke. If you get anything white, you know, you're like, what's
careful,
that?
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's toothpaste. Sorry, sir. And they're like, but yeah,
Yeah.
hand cream up the nostrils, keeps your nasal hair, nasal cavity moist, keeps the
that.
germs
Love
out.
that.
Stops you getting
Absolutely love
sick when you
that.
travel.
love that.
And then anything in terms of, just talk to me about your nighttime cleansing routine, please. Because I like a nighttime cleansing routine.
Do you know what? I like a CeraVe.
Which one?
Well, there's a gentle exfoliate. It's like a blue.
The SA.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
There you
I
go.
love it. I love this.
Yeah,
skincare
yeah.
things like SAA.
I'm not good with the names though. I don't know names of actors. Yes, I don't know lyrics of songs.
She just says that to prep herself.
I'm like, just the blue one. Just the blue one.
Just the blue one.
it
What about
simple.
you?
So
Now you've got a baby. You will get some leeway. Don't worry.
Okay,
I'm not going to give you a hard
I can
time.
feel the judgment from both
no,
of you.
no
No.
judgment.
I usually only have her, and now I've got you.
I'm still sitting here after you said wipes and Vaseline, so we're good.
She didn't run away.
She didn't run away. Do you know what? I just like a Nivea face wash. You know, literally, that's what I use at night.
Which one?
The blue
Just-
one, like the moisturizer.
And then
one.
what do you do after
Use
that?
and that's really about it. And then I just put some moisturizer on.
Okay, but you do put moisturiser on.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, put a night cream on. Clarins. I put the Clarins night cream.
You can't go wrong with a
The
bit of
blue one.
Clarins. Multi-active.
Yes, that's the
Lush.
best one.
Lush. Love a bit of Clarins.
To be fair, our mum literally just puts vitamin E oil on her skin.
Oh, here we go.
And her
I
skin
can't.
is
I know. I
literally-
can't.
It is, isn't it?
It's like
Her
it's
skin is
amazing
unreal,
skin.
yeah.
I know. Literally, we have so many people like, well, my mum only ever did this and my mum only ever did that. And you're like, oh,
That's good
just
genes though,
good
isn't it?
genes.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
She's
It's also
blessed.
a fantastic name for a product. Sunday Riley pulled a blinder there. Good genes.
Yeah.
It's a great name for a brand,
Great
isn't
name.
it? So let's do this sounds dramatic. I was going to say your house is on fire, but it's not. But your cabinet is on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to probably say Vaseline, but whatever.
Nivea. Nivea day wash.
I would leave the Vaseline because it might go up in flames. But what are you stealing out? What are you rushing away with to make sure you don't lose it? What would you be most gutted to lose? If it can be your beauty cabinet. It doesn't have to be hair. It can be makeup, skincare, perfume, anything beauty related.
For me, it's just lip gloss.
Oh, I love a lip
anything
gloss.
in lip care. I'm
I
obsessed
bloody
with it.
love a lip gloss.
Yeah, in every handbag, in every pocket. You borrowed something of mine the other day. You wore my jumpsuit the other day, and you found
Oh my God,
lip
I did.
care, lipstick in it.
I thought you were going to say I stole
Literally.
something from me. I was like, don't bait me up on TV. Not on this podcast, please.
But honestly, yeah, lip glosses can't live without.
I do love a lip gloss.
Do you know what? This is going to sound really mature, but SPF. Because
She was really the mature sister.
I
Isn't she?
really need to look after my skin, guys.
Yeah.
And I just feel like SPF. I came back from holiday recently and I was using SPF 70. And I was like, do you know what? If I didn't have this SPF, I couldn't have made it through the day. This was a special brand that they had in Jamaica because the sun was so fierce.
Got
So I
it.
went with good intentions using a 50.
Got it.
Great intentions.
Then you were there and you were like, no.
It wasn't enough. I needed 70. And that was, honestly, I could have done 100 out there.
Oh, you see, I love that.
SPF and lip
I
gloss.
use a Murad one though on a day to day. It's like a Murad SPF 50 plus,
Yeah.
plus.
plus.
So you're going to launch in Boots.
Yes.
And then where after? Global domination?
Global
plan.
domination. We're coming for the US of A.
I mean, can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
You need to hit Sephora hard.
Yes.
And I feel like Americans as well, like they love.
Or actually, not even a Sephora, like a CVS or Dwayne Reed, depending on your price point if you're in Boots.
Exactly, that's true. But they love, like, a lot of Americans when we were in Ghana last were coming to Ghana and they call it the return. And it was like the return of like learning about their culture and things like that. So I feel like they would love the A-Beauty vibes of Kurl Kitchen.
So good. But it was funny because when we were in America last year and literally we went into a Target, didn't we? And the amount of hair care products for Afro hair, it's just...
It's so different to here.
So different.
Like now we're still learning and we're still growing. And all of these aisles are expanding, but in America they've cracked it already.
It was just like boom, boom, boom.
There's so much. That's how Shea Moisture started, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's so many of them. And here, if it's in a pharmacy, they've got it locked, number one.
Yes, with
You
a
know,
tag on it.
especially in West London, locked or with a tag.
Yeah.
And it's all the same, or it's like old coconut cream,
Yeah.
or like, come on, we can do better than this.
Yeah.
Yes.
How are we going to manage the life and the business at the same time? So babies and when you're getting married, do we have a date? Do we have any
We
ideas?
don't have a date, but I know my hair's going to be looking really good now. So
Hair's gonna look fresh,
That's one thing off the list.
The hair's going to be fresh as
anything.
Do you know what? I think we've just made it our lives because
Yeah.
it's just, like I said, it's so authentic and genuine and it came from a real place. And that it doesn't feel like work, does
and
it?
everyone is involved. Like Fleur's husband is all over it. He's like giving us itineraries and structures. My fiance has been filling up bottles for us when we're doing samples. Our cousin is our model.
Yeah.
Our mum is our translation expert when it comes to all things Ghanaian because obviously we're formulating in Ghana.
Oh my God.
So it's like everyone is involved in
Yeah,
Kurl
yeah,
Kitchen.
yeah.
Everyone around us.
But we genuinely love doing it though. But like Kesha will come to my house and we can spend a full day just editing content and brainstorming, what are the next products, what are we doing? Like we're always working on it. It never stops. We have a WhatsApp chat. It's always popping off.
But that's when the demand starts. As soon as you launch, it'll be like Boots will be harassing you for kits, for travel kits, for more.
Yeah.
We want more,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. As soon as you're into like a big retailer, it's just continuous.
Yep.
It's just beginning, isn't it?
We really did start on like a really big like retailer, didn't we? Because we'd said from the beginning, we were like, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do that in a year, and then we'll go into Boots,
In a year.
and then we'll and then we'll launch into Boots, which was lol anyway, because we hadn't even got a product range. So who are we thinking we were launching into Boots? And then now that we're actually here, 4 years, a bit longer than anticipated.
That's about what it takes. Mine was
Yeah.
nearly 4 years. That's how long it takes.
It's a long time. And when you hear people say, it took us 4 years, you're like, yeah, right, that didn't take 4.
Yeah.
Like, I always used to think that people were making it up. And then we're like, no, seriously. And I feel rushed that we did it in 4 years.
I know,
It felt like we were running.
Did you embrace your curls when you were younger?
No.
Oh, really?
No. We were the opposite. It was almost like I always remember just wanting to hide. Like I didn't want my hair to be even the topic of conversation. So I would straighten it. We'd get the iron out.
Get the ironing board. She'd iron me first, then I'd iron her second.
Wow.
Yeah, we'd do anything.
What did your mum say when you were doing that?
Our mum was just like, do you know
You'll
what?
get over
By
it.
that point, she'd given up.
Yeah.
So she was just like, as long as my wrists aren't hurting anymore.
She's like, as long as
She
you
was
can do
like-
your own hair, fine. And then our dad was just like, you're crazy. You don't know what you've got.
You don't know what that is on your head, how good that is.
Good.
One
Yeah.
day.
Good.
And
I mean, lovely messages, obviously,
And here we
to
are.
grow up with.
Here we are.
Was it outside influences, do you think? Just because obviously it didn't come from mum
Yeah.
and dad. No
Yeah.
one's going to be like, I wish your hair was tighter curl
Right.
or a looser curl or straight or...
Yeah, curls just weren't cool back in the day.
Yeah.
We didn't really see many people with our hair type.
And to be honest, not only just that, it's that we didn't actually have anything to actually make our hair
No.
look nice anyway.
Right.
So half of
Everything
it
was drying, made it frizzy.
Right,
Yeah.
half it was everyone was using GHDs anyway, so that was that. And then the other half was, well, even if I wanted it curly, what am I putting
do I
in
do?
it?
Yeah.
Nothing. So there was just not the education, I guess. Whereas now we encourage our younger cousin. We're like, right, do this, use these products, you know.
Wow. I mean, it's going to be phenomenal. There's such a gap, and especially when you're talking about the education for people who've got mixed heritage,
Yes.
dual heritage.
Yes.
It's like, it's genuinely something that I can see. I mean, I'm just thinking about even just our team in the office. I mean, look at Liv. We don't know where Liv's curls
There you
came
go.
from.
Yes, curls.
There you go.
But
Stunning
they're there.
curls.
They're stunning.
Amazing hair.
But it's really important to us. So we've done so many tutorials.
But that's what people will want.
Because
That's
we want to
all they
hold hold your hand. We don't want to just give you the product and go, there you go, good luck. We want to be able to show you how it works.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it's key, isn't it? Because if you don't have that, if you don't come to the table with education, it's just another hair brand.
Exactly.
And God knows we've got enough of those. In the extension of the hair brand, are we going to do anything else outside of hair? Are we just going to stick to hair while we can?
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
well, when we were doing all of the testing and everything for our brand so far, we've learned that actually kids can use it from the age of 1 above. And now we've got little Nova in our lives. Can't wait to use it on her. So
yeah.
I feel like
Baby.
kids.
I can smell a kid's Kurl Kitchen,
yes.
concoction coming
Oh,
on.
can you imagine? I mean,
so.
I'm sorry, but that's just cash register. The business, the nice side of me is like, oh, that's an amazing thing you think of. The business side of me is going, cha-ching.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like there's a specific brand which I'm not going to mention, and they kind of dominate hair care with kids, and they're not good products. Like they don't have a good for you products, and I just think, oh my god, imagine putting like something that's got things that aren't good for your hair on a 3-year-old already. You know,
Yeah.
you're doomed from the start. So, and that was us with the relaxer. So, I kind of want to present something onto the market that actually is nice for your child. Like you don't have to
Yes.
worry. You can actually put on no nasties.
Yeah.
And doesn't damage the hair. So I think that might be the next.
Me and Kesha now are determined that Nova does not lay her hair on an ironing board like we did.
Yeah.
That is our mission. If we
My,
can get there.
No
Mine-
GHDs unless it's a diffuser or
Yeah,
little
exactly.
tongs. No straighteners.
Yeah, no straighteners. Don't be
straighteners.
straightening it.
No.
What's the reception been like so far? Because obviously you've been showing it out and about and stuff.
Yes.
And then you've got, launch parties and things. What's the reception been? Surely it's been like mega.
It's been amazing. I think just because I think people can see that it's come from a real place.
Yeah.
Like,
It's authentic.
we've always had our curls out.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the jungle with my curls out. People
How was
were like,
that? How was that?
No one could stop you wearing those
yeah.
curls.
People were like,
yeah.
what are you going to do? You're going to braid it? Are you going to? And I was like, no, I'm just
No.
going to let the curls be free.
Let Mother Nature take its course.
Cockroaches were up in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
spiders.
Yeah.
I can't
We
cope.
kept rocking the
I can't
curls.
cope. I mean, it's a bit of a difference to lice, isn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly. Very
You
different.
suddenly say something, you think, please don't clip that out of context.
Yeah, exactly.
Caroline said that Blur has lice. No, she didn't.
No, it's
You know what?
honestly, it's
Yeah.
been so good, isn't it?
The
Because
reactions have been so good.
they've just been like, finally, you
Yeah.
guys are sharing what you do with your hair.
And also, I think working together is so funny because we're like, why have we never done something like this before? Because people are like, oh, you guys, why don't you do more stuff together? And it's just the stars hadn't aligned.
Yeah.
Now they're aligning. So here we are.
But it's so exciting.
So exciting.
Fleur and Keshia, thank you so much for coming, and I wish you so much success. It's going to fly. It's going to be mega.
Thank you.
It's going to fly. You know it is, right? You look doubtful, but you know
we're
it
like,
is. No, you're just
nervously sitting
yeah, you're just strapping yourself in.
Yeah.
But of course it is. World domination, right?
World
it.
domination.
A beauty.
A beauty to the world.